The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Dr. Nifemi Oguntoye, is set to host a roundtable with stakeholders which focuses on developing a holistic approach in tackling humanitarian issues in Nigeria. With about 3.8 million people who struggle to access enough food, with malnutrition posing a significant threat to children, and 2.1 million people who are internally displaced, with many living in camps or makeshift shelters, there's a need to partner with donors and individuals who can provide critical support in tackling these issues. Let's bring in the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Dr. Nifemi Oguntoye, who joins me live from our studios in Abuja. Thank you for joining us on the news this hour, Honorable Minister. Let's begin with what you consider the most pressing humanitarian crisis your ministry is currently addressing.
Thank you so very much. We are facing, like you all know, that globally we have a global trend of cuts in humanitarian support. USA, the biggest funding access of the whole world, has cut humanitarian aid by over 90%. UK is cutting by over 40%. Germany by 25%. France by 37%. Netherlands by 30%. So there's a global trend in cutting of aids across the globe. Secondly, most of the little aids that are available are being channeled to critical areas like in Sudan, in Africa, and in Middle East, and then in Russia, the Russian war with Ukraine. So only limited resources will come to Africa in terms of support for humanitarian activities. And Nigeria faced a huge humanitarian challenge, first by the climate change. If you recall, there are many communities that were flooded in Nigeria. Most people lost their farms, and many communities were displaced during the flood that took place across Nigeria, from north to southern Nigeria. Almost all communities, many communities flooded, and most of the farms were not actually insured. Therefore, the rural farmers who were involved in this are facing a threat of hunger this year. Apart from the crisis that we have in the northeast and northwest and central Nigeria, and several other issues, the impact of the economic threats within the country. So collectively, these are impacting hugely on Nigeria, and we have limited resources. So we are bringing all development partners, we are bringing all humanitarian partners, from government, state governments to federal government agencies, to international partners, the UN system, the World Bank, the NGOs, CSO. All of us are coming under one round table to see if we can find solution to all these challenges. Indeed. Now, for us in Nigeria, we have to sit down and look at how we can distribute these resources to ensure we move even from, short-term relief materials to long-term, durable solution for the communities, empowering individuals, and moving them to a safety net that will ensure that they don't go down more into poverty. Professor
Oguntoye, just a minute. Allow me to butt in to talk about the sustainability of your strategy, because it is apparent now that resources, foreign aid, is not going to come as we used to receive them. Some have talked about the need to begin to implement programs that address the root cause of this humanitarian crisis. Is that something you're looking at in collaboration with other ministries?
Yes, we are looking at three key things. Number one, peace. Because most of the areas we're having crises are peace-related. And we need to actually work a strategy of implementing peace strategy across most communities in Nigeria. And that's why we need from the military to community leaders and all the actors that are involved in peacemaking and peace building across communities are involved in this business. Secondly, we need to work on long-term plans, that's sustainable plan for communities. For example, the IDPs, can we get them productive? Most of them are farmers. Instead of giving them relief materials, we are working on empowering them, creating small business for them, give them farm inputs, give them land where they have settled or displaced to, provide land for them, provide farm input for them, let them actually get productive instead of giving them relief materials, shifting from relief materials to production, which is one of the most sustainable method of approach. And then working with development partners to settle people in their communities where they want to get back to their communities. So these are long-term activities that we need to do. But amidst this, we need to also ensure that if there's in the community, there's scarcity of resources. So how can we empower the community to ensure that those scarce resources become abundant? So these are key things that we're discussing tomorrow to ensure that we provide sustainable approach to relief materials, and also ensure that we move from relief materials to sustainable economic recovery for these people.
There are questions of the role you see technology play in enhancing the effectiveness of the distribution of this aid as we currently have them, because there's still the big challenge of public trust, considering what has happened in the past, whether or not even this limited resources you're talking about gets to the core of the people who need them.
You know, I was here before and I discussed that with you. The president gave me a directive to ensure that the 19.7 million households that are captured on the social register, making over 70 million members of the households, we should ensure that we give digital identity to all of them and geotag all their homes. If we geotag all their homes and give the digital identity, we can trace all of them. We can make the register more dynamic. It means I can link the social register to their account numbers. I can link the social register to their telephone numbers. I can link the social register to their schools, to their activities. I can link it to their services. It means, assuming what happened in Maiduguri, we have a social register dynamic, is linked, the homes are geotagged. Then I will know how many people are within that geographical zones. Who are the vulnerable people there? Are they still alive? I can get the number of people that are affected. I can give them relief materials without even moving to their homes, because I can locate their places using their phones, using their movement patterns. I know when people are saved. And these are things that we must do now. And that's why this is part of our discussion on the table today, to ensure that we use technology to efficiently reach the people, reduce any form of addition within the system also. Because sometimes people can divert relief materials. But if you used a digital system to get accountability for it, you ensure that the little that you have reach the people in an efficient manner.
We're counting on that, and we wish you all the best in your roundtable tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get to talk again to identify the gains you are able to make from that particular meeting. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Professor Nifemi Oguntoye, thank you so much for coming on the program.
No, thank you.